Now let us derive the equation of deformation in the bar of uniformly tapering circular section. Okay, so here we have considered a circular bar of uniformly tapering circular section. Okay, as shown in this figure. Okay, so we have taken the length of this tapering bar as L. Okay, so L, length of bar. Okay, D1 is the bigger diameter and D2 is the smaller diameter at the other end. Okay, and the applied pull, okay, applied pull P, okay, is the pull on bar, okay, on both side, on both the end. Here we can see in the figure D1 is the bigger diameter, D2 is the smaller diameter, and we are going to consider a small strip at a distance x from bigger diameter end. Okay, so now let us consider a small strip of length dx. Okay, so for this elementary strip, the length of this strip is taken as dx and it is considered at a distance x from this end. Okay, so we can find out the difference and difference here. Okay, for example, the diameter of this elementary strip, how much will be? Okay, so that we can find out by to understand that, first of all let us consider such a shape, another shape. Okay, so here the difference can be find out. This difference can be find out. How can we find out? So for example, this is the given length, which is 10 meter, for example. Okay, just for understanding, if this is 1 meter and this is 2 meter, okay, then how will we find out? So 2 minus 1 is the difference. Okay, so here the difference will be 1 meter. So in the same way, if we have taken section here, okay, and we want to find out this difference, okay, this difference, then how can we find out? So we will need this distance. Okay, for example, this distance is given as 4 meter and we want to find out this difference, then we will consider that at 10 meter the difference is 1 meter. See, at 10 meter difference is 1 meter, then at 4 meter how much the difference will be? Okay, so we can find out 4 multiplied by 1 divided by 10, so we will get 0.4 meter. Okay, so in the same way we can find the difference in diameters also. Okay, so here we can consider, see, this is only for understanding. Okay, you don't you no need to write in this theory. Okay, so let us first discuss the difference. So we can write at L the difference is d1 minus d2. We can see from the figure, so difference will be d1 minus d2. So at x distance the difference will be equal to x multiplied by d1 minus d2, and this is so divided by L. This will be the difference. Okay, now what we need the diameter at this section. Okay, so these we got is nothing but it is just a difference. Okay, so we have to subtract this difference from the diameter given. Okay, so bigger diameter, hence the diameter at x, okay, diameter at section xx will be equal to d1 minus this difference, that's why d1 minus d2 upon L into x. Now what will we do? We will consider this portion, this as the constant. Okay, so we are putting just a constant d1 minus kx, where k is equal to d1 minus d2 upon L. Okay, so for simplifying, just for simplification. Now we have k is equal to d1 minus d2 upon L, and that's why we can write this equation, means the diameter at x. Let us take the diameter at x is equal to d1 minus kx. Now from this diameter we can find area of cross section at x. Okay, so cross sectional area of the bar at this section xx will be equal to pi by 4 d square, means d is the diameter, so at x section the diameter is equal to d1 minus kx square. So we will write d1 minus kx square. This is the diameter area of the cross section at xx section. Okay, so let us consider this is the equation number 1. Now we know that stress sigma is equal to force upon area. Okay, here we have pulling force we have considered, it is P. Okay, and area we have just found out area at cross section x. Okay, so we can write here these equations value. So we will get P upon pi by 4. Okay, pi by 4 d1 minus kx square. I can write this term in this way also. So 4 will go in upward. Okay, so P 4p divided by pi multiplied by d1 minus kx square. Okay, now we know that strain epsilon. So strain is equal to what is strain? Strain is equal to, we can write from modulus of elasticity. Okay, we know that modulus of elasticity E is equal to stress strain ratio. Okay, so stress to the strain ratio is known as modulus of elasticity. So from this equation we can write epsilon is equal to stress upon modulus of elasticity. So we can get from this equation, we can put the value of sigma stress, this value, so we will get 4p upon pi e into d1 minus kx square. Okay, so this is the equation of strain. Okay, we know that elongation of the bar or elongation of this elementary strip can be written, see, we know that strain is equal to del L upon L. Okay, here the change in length upon original length. Okay, so in the same way we can write strain, see this was only for reference, so we can write strain at x section will be equal to the change in the length, means change in the length is, it will be very small, so delta x we can write, and the length, original length was of that element was dx. Okay, so this was the original length. Okay, we can see in the figure here, so original length is dx, original length of the element is dx, and del x is the very small elongation, so we can get delta x, which is the elongation of the bar, elongation of the elementary length will be equal to epsilon x into dx. Okay, so these we have get the elongation of the, this is elongation of the elementary length. Okay, so this is the elongation of elementary length. Now hence total elongation of the bar may be found out by integrating the above equation, okay, between the limits 0 to L, okay. Hence we can get the total elongation of the bar, okay. So del L will be equal to 0 to L. We have the equation epsilon x dx, okay. We can get the total elongation by integrating this equation from 0 to L, okay, limits. So we will get by putting the value of epsilon x, as we have discussed, the value is 4p upon pi e d1 minus kx square into dx, okay. So we can write okay, we can take out this constant from the integral, so we can write here 4 into p upon pi e, these all are constants. So integrating from 0 to L only, d1 minus kx square, but it is in denominator, that's why we can write it as d1 minus kx raised to minus 2 dx, okay. Now we have the formula of integration. As we all know that the formula, according to the formula, if we have integration of ax plus b raised to n dx, then what we are doing, the integration of these will happen ax plus b raised to n plus 1 upon this is the n plus 1 and multiplication constant, okay, of variable. So that will be the integration formula. So this formula can be applied in this also. So here a is equal to minus k and n is equal to minus 2, okay. In this formula, by putting these both, we can get the integration of this step. So we can write del L is equal to 4p upon pi e, integration will happen, what will be the answer, d1 minus kx means it will be d1 minus kx raised to minus 2 plus 1 divided by minus k, which is constant, and minus 2 plus 1, okay. We can write in this way, and here limits are 0 and L. So we will get 4p upon pi e in bracket d1 minus kx raised to minus 1, minus 2 plus 1 will be minus 1, and divided by minus k into minus 1, and limits are 0 and L, okay. So we will get del L is equal to 4p upon pi e d1 minus k. See here minus plus and k into 1 will be k, so we can take it out, so k will be come out here, okay, as it will be constant, and we don't need to put the value or value of limits, okay, in this, that's why we can take it out. So we will get 1 upon d1 minus kx, okay. So we can write d1 minus kx raised to minus 1 as in this way, and we are putting limits also, okay. So 0 to L, so we will get 4p upon pi e k, and by putting limits we can get 1 upon d1 minus kl minus 1 upon d1 as x is equal to 0. That's why we will get this step. So this equation can be also written as del L is equal to 4p upon, let us put the value of k. Let us put the value of k in this equation. So we will get pi e, the value of k was d1 minus d2 divided by L. Okay, the value of k is d1 minus d2 upon L. So these, and in bracket 1 upon d1 minus k is d1 minus d2 upon L multiplied by L, and minus 1 upon d1. Here L will be cancelled. So del L will be equal to 4p into L divided by pi e into d1 minus d2. In bracket there will be 1 upon d1 minus d2 minus 1 upon d1. Okay, so we will get 4p into L upon pi e d1 minus d2 in bracket 1 upon, by opening bracket, d1 minus d1 minus minus plus d2 minus 1 upon d1. Okay, so here d1 will be cancelled. That's why we will get 4pl upon pi e d1 minus d2 in bracket 1 upon d2 minus 1 upon d1. So by multiplying, okay, d1 minus d2 upon d1 d2. Okay, now as we can see here, d1 minus d2 and d1 minus d2 will be cancelled. That's why ultimately we will get del L will be equal to 4pl upon pi e d1 d2. Okay, so this is the final equation of elongation, total elongation of the bar of uniformly tapering circular section. Clear? So this is the equation of deformation for the bar of uniformly tapering circular section. And now if see, if the bar had been a uniform diameter of d, see, here the diameter was bigger diameter, smaller diameter, but if the bar has uniform diameter, uniform dia d, then d is equal to d1 is equal to d2. So by putting this we can get del L will be equal to 4 pl upon pi e d square. Okay, this equation can also be written as pl upon pi. 4 can be take here, so pi by 4 we can write into d square into e. Okay, this equation can be written in this way also, and then we can get pl upon, this will be the area of cross section, so we can write area and multiplied by e. So we can get the equation of deformation here. Okay, del L will be equal to pl by ae, which is the equation of deformation. Okay, hence in this way we can derive this equation of deformation for uniformly tapering circular section. Okay.